It's you can sit on your bed and jack off. Just don't blame nobody but yourself. Okay? Listen, if you guys, you want to spend 25 to be the best of your dating life, because as everything is changing, it's only going to get harder for every guy. You're either going to get separated or you're going to elevate. It's up to you. If you want to elevate, click the link in the chat. All right, book a free call. Let me see if I can help you out with your dating life. But anything else, man, you got to have some urgency. Yeah.
Oh, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. Good morning, everyone. How are you all doing? Okay. I hope everyone is doing well. All right. So this morning it looks like I'm seeing opportunity on USD card, but you see, you need to wait for. We are in daylight savings, so the timing has shifted a bit. It has shifted small, so we need to wait patiently for the right or the appropriate time. Then what? We look for an execution. So but the zone here, it's not that strong. That's what I'm contemplating about. The zone over here is not that strong. So it looks, let me check what happened on. Yeah. So it looks similar to the trade that happened on car JPY yesterday, but yesterday the thing decided to just move up. USD card. So trading is all about managing risks, and you have to make sure you are taking you are executing, or you are putting your money on something that you can afford to lose. Okay, it's all about risks. Okay, so this morning, like as I'm coming, I have to predetermine the amount I'm going to risk for the day. How much am I willing to risk for the day? That's the most important thing. You need to ask yourself, how much are you willing to risk for the day? Okay, if you don't determine your predetermine, if you don't determine your risks for the day, if you don't determine your risk for the day, so if you join the stream, kindly give a like, click on the like button, get it. If you don't determine your risk for the day, you are always going to lose something that you, at the end, when the outcome or when your loss come out, you are going to get pissed, or you are going to get worried about yourself. That's the most important thing. So you have to always predetermine your risks. You get it? You need to always predetermine your risks. It's very important. Then you move on, lose or win, you move on. Okay, because you can't take losses in heart. If you take losses in heart, you are not going to go forward. Just if you lose that moment or that session, just close your laptop or your desktop. You just move out. Come again, reanalyze what you did wrong, and make sure you are not going to repeat the mistakes that you did. But some people don't learn from their losses. It is very important to learn from your losses. If you are going to get worried, you are going to piss off on your losses, then you not go far in the game. Okay, because you are not learning anything. You just get worried, or you are just angry about the loss. You are not worried about, like, you are not bothered to look at why you lost that trade. So it's very important. Okay, it's very, very important. So you need to always find out or figure out your loss. So that's what has taken me to this far. The moment I lose at the initial point, I'll just get worried. But I have to make sure the thing that I did that made me the loss, I'm not going to repeat the same thing. If it is a currency pair, I'm not going to either trade it again. If it is about maybe the timing, I'm not going to. I'll have to make sure I don't repeat that same thing again. So it's all about timing. So let's check out the fundamentals and see. Let's check out the fundamentals and see. So today is Thursday. So on Thursday, during the lending session, we don't have any high impact news. 23rd of January, we don't have any high impact news for today. You get me? We don't have any high impact news. But during the New York session, we are going to be having core retail sales, and at the same time, retail sales and unemployment claims during the New York session. And we're having Trump. Trump is going to speak today. What is he going to speak about? Due to speak of the World Economic Forum. Okay. So it's a World Economic Forum annual meeting via satellite. US President Donald Trump. He speaks frequently on broad range of subjects, only speeches that might have direct impact. So you need to be very, very careful. If Trump is going to speak during that time, you need to be very, very careful. Okay. So I'm not sure by then I'll be around the chat. So you don't have to be glued to your chart every market section thinking to catch opportunities. That's not how it works. Always make sure you are showing up at the times that it is appropriate. 4 o'clock, I'm out from the market. Okay, 4 o'clock, I'm not be available for Trump to trap me. I'm not going to be available for Trump to take my stop loss. I'll be out from the market. So unemployment claims. Yeah, so my focus is the lending session. So let's look at the lending session. Let's do a chart breakdown and see if there's going to be an opportunity on USD card. So on USD card, there's an opportunity, but the zone is not that strong for me. That's the problem now. Okay, so we have this zone over here. So on the daily time, on the monthly time frame, this is the market is trending at this point. It is moving. It is in an uptrend. Okay, the market is in an uptrend at this point. So what are you expecting on the monthly time frame? You are just, as it has moved, it has broken out from this, looking left, this consolidation. Okay, if you look left, you can see price has broken out from this. So what you are expecting now is to wait for the rate test, and the trend will continue. That is what you are waiting for, is to wait for the rate test and the trend will continue. Looking at the weekly time frame, At the weekly time frame, what's the trend? So looking at the weekly candle, let's reanalyze the weekly candle and see. Looking at the weekly candle, if you check the weekly candle, you will notice that this current weekly candle, let's zoom in, you will notice that this current weekly candle, checking out the candle structure, the high has been broken and the low has also been broken. Get it? The high has been broken and the low has also been broken at this point. The high has been broken. Now it's kind of by currently the one that broke last is the lower wick. The lower wick has been broken. You get it? The lower wick has been broken. So from the look of things and looking at structure too as well, from the look of things, price is currently an uptrend. By looking at structure, I think we might have a break as it has broken now. We can have a retracement to this side, but now it looks like structure or the trend want to change an uptrend, but we can't conclude because the candle hasn't closed yet. You get it? So at this point we can't conclude since the candle hasn't closed yet. We can't justify on where price is going to head to at this point in the market. You get it? So as price is breaking, we have this key level over here. You get it? We have this key level over here. So we're expecting price to break, even though it hasn't closed yet. So this one can just make a flip and move up. So since the candle hasn't closed, we are expecting price to get to this side, then we move up. So looking at the daily time frame, what's the daily time frame? So the weekly time frame trend is what? The weekly time frame trend, the weekly trend is what? A downtrend. Sorry, an uptrend, because it hasn't closed yet. It's an uptrend. The candle hasn't closed yet, so we can't conclude or make a decision on that. So let's check out what the daily time frame is doing. So the daily time frame, so this is the weekly trend. So price should have even gotten to this side. That one would have been a strong zone. If price got to this side, I think that one would have been a strong zone. So what's the trend for the daily time frame too as well? The daily time frame trend is what? So at some point price was moving high, it was in an uptrend, made a consolidation. The moment it broke this one, it's still in uptrend. It moved a pullback, trend continuation. The moment it broke this one, now it has broken this high, it has broken this one. So now the trend is what? A downtrend at what? The daily time frame. So you're expecting a pullback, price to pull back to this level, then the trend will continue. You get it? And the trend will continue. So looking at the H4 time frame, so the daily time frame trend is what? A downtrend. So let's analyze the daily candle too and see. So the daily candle, the past daily candle looks like we can have a momentum. Okay, we can have a momentum for price to get to this side, because if you look at the daily time frame, you notice that the daily time frame hasn't gotten to any strong level yet. So it hasn't gotten to any strong level yet. The weekly time frame looks like a downtrend, but the daily time frame should have gotten to this side. You get it? I think that one would have been a nice, it would have been a nice trade. Price get to this side, then what, we execute a sell. But this is, so the daily time frame is a downtrend. Looking at the H4 time frame, so this is a point. So what's the trend for the H4 time frame? If you look at the H4 time frame, you notice that price just made a low, made some pull back. The moment it broke this one, tend to what? It tend to an uptrend, made a pullback. So now the high of this one has been broken. Okay, you notice that the body of the candle has broken the high of this one, and now it is breaking this one too. So the moment it broke this one, it tends to what? Downtrend. Okay, so last week I wanted to execute a sell over here, but price just made a sharp move. You get it? Price made a sharp move, so it is now currently retraced. Okay, so this is the pullback you have been wanting, you have been waiting for, but it should have gotten to this side. You get it? If the pullback got to that side, it would have been a strong confirmation sell. But where it is retracing, that is where I'm getting problem with. The zone is not all that strong for me. This candle giving us a resistance is not that strong. It can easily break. So looking at the daily, looking at the H4 candle, looking at the H4 candle, the H4 candle it is giving us exhaustion, a rejection candle, equal highs and equal lows. It is giving us a rejection candle. So at this point, this will be the target. So you are going to be waiting for volume time. This will be the target. The target is like close to 50 to 60 pips. Let me check the daily zone. Yeah, the target is really strong, but there's daily time frame. That's what the daily time frame. So the target looks like 80 pips. Wow. So at this point, let's move to the lower time frame, because we can't execute at this point. We need to move to the lower time frame. Let's move to the H1 time frame. So you see how H1 time frame is consolidating. So the H1 time frame is ranging at this point. Okay, so it is currently ranging. So the best we can do is to wait for this H1 candle to break below. You get it? If it breaks below, then it has broken out from that consolidation zone. You get me? Then it has broken out from this consolidation zone. So we are having one rejection over here. We're having another rejection over here. Another rejection over here. Another rejection over here. Another rejection. So we're having multiple rejections. You get it? So if price is able to break from that rejection, then the chances that price will continue, the chances that price will continue, you get it? The chances that price will continue, the downtrend is very high. So at this point, we need to see candle breaking below this one and close. Like how you see the candle, looking at the candle wick, it tried to break, and what? The candle tried to break, and what happened? It is getting rejected. Okay, because having 1, 2, 3, 4 zones, 4 levels over here, 4 key levels. Okay, over there. So we need to wait for a closure, not 15-minute candle. So 30 minutes has closed. The 30-minute candle closed, but it is now what? It is now moving back to the zone again. Okay, so we can either focus on the 30 minutes or the H1 time frame. So we live to see. We have we have like 15 minutes for the pre-lending to start. So we are going to be waiting for the pre-lending session. So this one, we need to wait for proper confirmation, because this zone is not strong. This would have been the best zone. This zone, if price gets to this side, I think with that one, we could have even taken an aggressive trade. But at this point, we need to be super patient and wait. Okay, we need to be super patient and wait, because the zone is not strong for me. The H4 zone, and looking at the candle is not giving any momentum. Okay, any momentum. So at least if this one breaks, if the low of this one breaks, it won't be bad. Okay, so let's wait for the closure of the candle and see how it will turn up to. Okay, let's wait for the closure of the candle. It's all about patience, patient pace. Okay, so maybe this one can just break out and move up. So the correct timing is very important. You get it? Timing is very important. So we need to wait for what? The correct timing. The correct timing is going to be what? The an hour before the active market section. That's the pre New York session. Sorry, pre lending session. That's the active market session. So this one can just flip and move up, because for me the zone is not that strong for me. This is the strongest zone that I would love to see. Okay, this is the strongest. Even though this one can also be broken. Even yesterday's zone, the car JPY zone was able to break. I was even surprised. So everything is possible in this market. Okay, so it's all about managing risks. If you don't know how to manage risks, you need to learn. Okay, trading is anytime you execute a trade, you are just putting money on risks. Okay, and expecting or hoping for it to go in your favor. So it's all about managing risks. If you don't understand the nature of the game, then I think you are getting things wrong. If you think it's all about win, 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 we manage every day when it comes to the market. So today, for instance, we are coming to fight. It is a war. We are coming to fight to get something from the market. So you manage risks and you be in the trade. So I think if you use the H1, so let's wait for the closure, how this candle is going to close, because if the 30 minutes close within this one, then we have to wait for the H1, see how the H1 is going to close, because this zone is very strong. So the moment this zone will be able to break, if the H1 candle is going to be able to break below this zone, I think it will be good for a sell. So at this point, I think we need to wait, because it has made price just broke out from the zone. I was expecting this one the other time. As it broke, I was expecting a retest and continuation, but there was a sharp movement in price, and now price is making a pullback, the retest. So this is the retest. Okay, so yesterday was the time I was expecting this retest, but it made some small turn, but it wasn't able to break this high. So at this point, I was even expecting price to go furthermore to get to this side. It would have been a strong confirmation, because this is weekly time frame, and at the same time the daily time frame is aligned at this point. Okay, so it would have been a better confirmation, or it would have given us a better confirmation. But at this point, price just closed in the middle of the range. Okay, so when it comes to taking something against the higher time frame, like the daily and those stuff, the H4, mostly you don't know where price is going to retrace actually. You get it? You don't know where it is going to retrace actually. So what you have to do is just wait for confirmation. So this is one confirmation. Okay, the one confirmation, price has created a resistance over here. So if you are taking a sell, you can get a place you can lean on. Okay, you can get a place you can lean on. So let's see, before you pull the trigger. So if you pull your Fibonacci, which I don't use, it's not so important. Price made the retracement is like, I don't use, but just for. So this retracement, it has retraced to what? Sorry, this will be the high. This is subjective. This actually is subjective. So it has retraced to what? 61.1 retracement level. So this is also a strong Fibonacci level. Okay, but this is not all that important. It's not that important. The most important thing is the candles and the zones. That's the important thing. So let's see how it's going to go. When the H1 candle close, I will prefer the H1 candle to close above this one. That would be the preferable. time frame, because you have a strong zones over here, consolidating. So if it breaks, this risk to reward is really looking good. So one thing I've noticed that this minor pairs, I'm out from this minor pairs. I'm out for yesterday. I was very lucky I closed the trade. I was very lucky I closed the trade. Because the reason, so let me explain. The reason why I closed the trade is what you see. Volume comes into volume. It is what volume is what drives price. Okay, volume is what drive price. If the major market players, if the market participants are dormant in the market, you need to understand that you are going to consolidate. So when it comes to the New York session, when it comes to like after lending session, at what time will volume comes into the market? So it's very important you know at what time. So after the lending session, we have 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock we having volume. 12 o'clock GMT, please. So if you're outside, 12 o'clock GMT, that's when volume comes. After 12 o'clock we have 12:20. That is the COMEX section. 12:22 we get high. Markets move rapidly. We have 12:30. 12:30 volume comes into the market. 1:30. So these are all PM. Okay, PM. 1:30 PM GMT volume comes into the market. Okay, 1:30 PM. So now since you are in daylight savings, let me shift it to, let me change the time. You are currently in daylight savings, so the timing has changed a little. It has moved an hour ahead. So we have 1 o'clock PM. 1 o'clock PM. These are the times that you normally going to see major market movements. 1 o'clock PM GMT volume comes. 1:30, sorry, 1:20 PM GMT volume comes into the market. You're having 1:30 PM GMT volume comes into the market. And we have currently 2 o'clock. That is when 2 o'clock is when the NYS, the New York Stock Exchange session starts. So 2 o'clock volume comes into the market. And we have 2:30 PM volume comes into the market. And we have 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock volume comes into the market. Volume comes into the market. So these times during the New York session, these times, if you are in a trade, maybe I've entered a sell over here before these sessions. Okay, 1 o'clock has come. Market didn't move to my side. Okay, I'm waiting. Maybe 120. You might see a volume. 120 came. Volume didn't come. Okay, let's wait. 1:30. 1:30 PM GMT comes. Volume didn't come. Price is still ranging. Oh, okay. 2 o'clock. I'm waiting. Price should move. Volume didn't come. I didn't see any massive move. Okay, 2:30. Waiting for price to move. Price didn't move. 2:30. Waiting for price to move. Price didn't move. 3 o'clock. Waiting for price to move. Price didn't move. One thing you need to understand is what? These times, if you don't get volume, price never moved and you are still stuck in the trade. Please, if you get opportunity, price moves a very small in your favor, close the trade. If you love to hold the trade overnight, that's to you. For me, I don't like holding trades overnight. You get it? So I normally take advantage of the lending session and the New York session. I don't trade the Asian session. You get it? So if you don't get volume during these times, and if you have opportunity and you strongly believe the trade is going to move in your favor, you either move your stop to break even, allow the trade to run. Don't expose yourself. You get it? The market is not for you. We are maybe people don't understand what we are doing. This market, no trader is in control of this market. This market is decentralized. Everyone elsewhere can just move the market. You get it? You don't know someone from maybe someone at Bangladesh, Bangladesh is having a big volume, big money, and the person can just buy more of card and it will just move. You get it? So this market is moved by some players and they are decentralized. You get it? They are scattered around the globe. So one trader, if I've not read particular book trading the zone, he will tell you, or listen to the audio on YouTube, he will tell you. One trader elsewhere, maybe he has gone to lunch, or maybe when he comes in, he's just going to scatter everything. So it's all about, if I know that the market is moving in this direction, power over what the market is doing. Your technical analysis doesn't have power. The lines you draw in the chart is not what move price. You get it? So if this time, so yesterday I noticed that, oh, when did we even enter the trade? We entered the trade around the New York session. New York session came, nothing moved. The COMEX session came, nothing moved. The New York session, like all the session came and nothing was moving. So the moment I got opportunity and price came into my break even, I just closed. So the only thing that I lost was commission. Okay, the moment so this is the point I entered the trade. I entered the trade over here. The moment I noticed that price has moved in my favor, I just closed the trade. Okay, because I don't know where volume is going to come again. Because if you watch this price, the big candles that you are seeing over on the chart, you will notice that they all fell within that time zone that I'm talking about. If you watch this one, when did it move? Okay, this one is during the Asian session. If you watch this one, you see this one was 2 o'clock p.m. It was during what? The New York session, the New York Stock Exchange session. This one was when? This one was during the Asian session. So the big candles that you see on the chart mostly happens. So this one happened or what? 10 o'clock. Okay, so during the lending session was this when this one happened. You get it? So one thing you need to understand is what, if you don't get volume during those times, you are definitely going to be trapped in the trade. Okay, so pay attention to the time of the day. Don't be entering. So some people will just wake up anytime and they don't even check whether it is an appropriate time or it is not appropriate time for them to enter, and they just execute. It is not going to go on well for you if you don't pay attention to. Okay, so you see, now I'm not entering the trade because from experience I noticed that these times are not the times that mostly it is favorable. Okay, these times are not the times that mostly it's favorable, so I have to stay out from the market, wait for the correct and appropriate time, then I'll execute. Those are the best times you need to execute trades. You get it? Those are the best times you need to execute trade. So as I'm saying, this zone is not strong, so I will love price. If price is going to move to this side, then I'll just take it down to this side. I think it will be better. Because this candle is not a healthy candle for me to rely on. This candle is not a healthy candle for me to take a sell. So we're having like 1 minute for the H1 to close. So let's see how the H1 is going to close. So you see how the H1 is closing. It is closing with what? Exhaustion candle. It is closing with what? Sellers exhaustion candle. So at this point, the way the candle is closing, it looks like sellers are currently losing control in the market. So it's very important we wait. So if you took the breakout, the impulse trade, you would have been in drawdown by now. You get it? If you took the breakout of this one, you would have been in drawdown by now. So it's always important you wait. Okay, it's always important you wait. So let's see how, if the candle close, then the chances that it is going to continue up is very, very high. Okay, so guys, we need to pay attention to the times, and if you lose a trade, that's the only mistake or the only harm you are going to do to yourself is when you don't analyze why you lost the trade. That is the most important thing. If you don't analyze why you lost the trade and you just get annoyed about the trade and you just say to yourself you are not going to do it again, then it's fine. But you need to always just get rid of your mood. Okay, so see how the candle is moving. So the candle close. All right, so I think the trade is invalid. It's not invalid yet because the candle, so you just want a closure below this one before you execute, because you have tons of consolidation over here. Okay, we have tons of consolidation, so you're just moving up. And for me personally, I would love price to come to this side. This is not a healthy level I have to bet my money on. So I want levels like this. So you see, last week it was the same level I executed. So I want price to come to this level, then I'll execute. If you look at my past trades, all those levels that I've executed on are very healthy levels. Okay, so we had unhealthy level over here. We had a healthy level over there. So let's see how price is going to go. If it decides to flip back, then maybe we can get an opportunity to. Okay, so let's check out on other pairs. USD card was something I was looking at, but I think so. Let's look at USD CHF. So with USD CHF, looking at USD CHF. So one thing I've noticed yesterday, I learned a lesson. The lesson I learned on the trade that we took is what I have to do what is good for me. So no more minor pairs again. I'm just going to stick with these 3 pairs for now. The minor pairs are hectic. I've not been getting consistency on minor pairs, especially I remember those times I used to trade Euro. Was it Euro AUD or so? The minor pairs are not healthy for me, so I just have to stick with the few ones that I'm comfortable with. I just have to stick with the few ones that I'm comfortable with. Okay, those are the major pairs. And minor pairs, the spread is crazy. You get it? The spread is crazy. So I just have to focus on the minor pairs because I'm finding consistency on the minor pairs. Okay, so I just have to stick with the minor pairs. I don't have to just be breaking the rules. So stick with the minor pairs. That's the most important thing. Stick with the major pairs. So let's see USD CHF. Minor pairs, the spread is too much. The spread is too much. So you have to always make sure you are targeting, you're having a good this thing. You are going to be having a good range you are going to be taking the trade on. If the zone is very small, I think it's going to be very hard for you to manage the trade if the trade is very small. So trading is all about finding out what works for you. That's the most important thing. If this guru is doing this, you don't have to be following him blindly. You have to make sure if you apply it in your system, does it work for you? Okay, so with a monthly time frame on USD CHF, with a monthly time frame on USD CHF, these are the various zones. Okay, so price is currently retesting on this zone. And if you can remember last time, I said since price has gotten to this side, the chances that price is going to get to the zone is very high. And you see, the moment price got to that zone, it is getting rejected. Okay, it is getting rejected by the zone. So if you move to the weekly time frame, with the weekly time frame, price is currently in this range as well. As I said, the weekly time frame hasn't closed yet. Okay, the weekly time frame hasn't closed yet. You having another rejection level over here. We're having another rejection over here. So if price is coming down, okay, it is going to come down to this side. I think yesterday I even talked about this one. price is going to pull back to this level before, if it is going to continue up, it will continue up. So the weekly time frame trend is what? An uptrend at this point. Okay, the weekly time frame trend is an uptrend at this point. The weekly time frame is an uptrend. Moving to the daily time frame. What's the daily time frame? The daily time frame. So let's look at the candle, the size of the candle. So what does this candle tells you? Looking at the volume and the previous candle. So let's analyze candle structure. If you look at the candle structure, you notice that what? This low, the previous candle low, has been broken by this candle. Okay, so it tells you that candle structure at this point is what? A downtrend. Okay, candle structure at this point is a downtrend. So I'm expecting price to get to this level. Okay, so this weekly time frame is giving us a clue, or it is giving us a hint that price is on, because candle structure is now a downtrend, and the body of this candle is what giving us what? Selling pressure or selling momentum in the market. If you look at the size of the candle, it tells you there's what? Sellers momentum in the market at this point. So looking at the daily time frame, what's the daily time frame telling us? The daily time frame currently is what? Also a downtrend at this point. You get it? So currently it is retesting on this strong zone at the daily time frame. The daily time frame is a downtrend. Why am I saying it's a downtrend? If you turn it to a line chart, you can see it clearly that what? At a certain point, price was in what? An uptrend, made a pullback over here. So the moment this one breaks, it tends to what? It turned to an uptrend at this point. So this was an uptrend. The moment it broke over here, this one broke over here, came down and break this one. Now it turns to what? A downtrend. So currently the daily time frame at this point is what? A downtrend. But the weekly time frame is an uptrend. Daily is a downtrend. So these are the various rejectional levels that price might what? Get rejected on those levels. Price might get rejected on those level. Looking at the H4 time frame, so price is currently the daily time, the H4 time frame too is also what? A downtrend, and currently price is in a consolidation. Okay, so you see how strong that level that we indicated is. That level is very strong. If you look at the daily time frame, you notice that what? This is the rejectional level. And looking at the current daily candle, you notice that what? The daily candle has also what? The daily candle has also retested what? This zone. If you can watch it very well, you notice that the daily candle has retested this zone. You get it? It's retested and it is now trying to bounce back. It wanted to break and fail this week, but it seems because of the zone, it is finding it very difficult over here to what? Break it. Okay, if you look at the H4 time frame, look at the H4 time frame. So let's read the candles at the H4 time frame. How many candles have what? How many candles have gotten rejected by the zone? So this one tried to break, got rejected. This one tried to break, got rejected. This one tried to break, got rejected. Current one trying to break is getting rejected. Okay, so when you see these indications, when you see this multiple indication, this clear signal, don't try to take an impulse move because the previous candle tried to break, it got rejected. How many H4 candles? This is not any other time frame candle than what? The H4 candle. This one tried to break, got rejected. This one tried to break, got rejected. This one tried to break, got rejected. H4, how many H4 candles? We haven't 1, 2, 3, 4. This one included 5 H4 candles getting rejected several times. So at this point, if you want to go for a sell, because the daily time frame trend, the pattern trend is what? An uptrend. If you look at the H4 time frame, the pattern trend too is also what? A downtrend. Okay, so at this point, we are good to take a sell. So since we are good to take a sell, we are not going to be taking the sell upfront. We are not going to be taking the sell instantly. So far as, or as maybe pattern structure is indicating to us that we can take a sell, that doesn't mean we should take a sell. We need to first of all wait for the closure of a candle. So the safer way to take a sell over here is to wait for what? A closure, candle closure, the H4 candle closure. Okay, this is daily time frame zone. So it is better we wait for the H4 candle closure, because when it comes to trading, we are always putting ourselves in the right what position to win. Okay, we are always putting ourselves in the right position to win. So if you see something like this, or maybe if the body of the candle, the body of the bearish candle close below this one, I think we are safe to what, go in for a sell. Okay, we are safe to go in for a sell when you see something like this. So you don't have to rush to take a sell instantly. So those who have been focusing on the lower time frames, that is when you are going to be trapped. Okay, so you see this one, the candle closed below, the 15-minute candle closed below. So if you are focusing solely on the 15-minute time frame and thinking, since this one has been able to break below, there's chances that price can what, continue, then you are lying to yourself. Okay, so the higher time frame is the one that is going to give you the strong confirmation. And one thing you need to understand is what, the higher the time frame, the higher the chances of what, your setup getting respected. The lower the time frame, the lower the chances your setup or your entry is going to get disrespected. So you have to know. So as I'm saying, this is a subjective thing that I'm talking. So maybe someone who is using lower time frame, it's working for you. So mostly it's not about the system or the strategy, it is about the person who is using it. Most strategy works, but it's about the person who is applying it. Okay, you need to be patient. Maybe the person is not patient, you don't wait for things to align, then you just pull the trigger. You get me? So it's always important you notice that. So at this point, it's better we wait for the H4 candle to close below, because this is what, the daily time frame zone. Okay, this is not any other time frame than the daily time frame zone. So if the daily time frame is going to close below this one, then I think you can get, this is not, if it's closed below this one, it is not a breakout, because the candle, the pattern has already what, this is the breakout. Okay, the impulse. So this is the what, the what, red test, and this candle has closed or given us what, an exhaustion candle. So the chances that price is going to continue is very high. So if this candle closed below, you can just take the what, the impulse move. Okay, you can just take the breakout move. So this is not going to be an impulsive move. That's what you need to understand. This is not going to be an impulsive move. This is not going to be an impulsive move. So the candle looks like it is just making, so I would prefer to sell on this level than this level. This level is not strong for me. I would prefer to take a sell when price gets to this level than taking a sell on this level. This zone is not strong. I will not bet my money on such zone. It's not healthy zone for me. Okay, it's not a healthy zone for me to take a sell, because if you look at the past, all the trades that I've taken on those levels, they are all strong zones. So looking at, so some of the candles are not strong, but mostly okay. So maybe we had a multiple rejection levels over here. So this is the only zone over here. Okay, the reason why I'm saying this zone is not healthy is because this is the only zone over here. This is the only zone over here. So it is easily for this zone, looking at the health of the candle, it is easily for this zone to get invalidated by the candle. Okay, but all the same, you are going to still get confirmation. If this candle breaks below, then it can give a clear signal that price can continue downwards. Okay, so it all depends. So let's see how it's going to go. So as I'm saying, I'm just waiting for the H1 candle should break below this one before I will even love to what, take a trade. The H1 candle should break below this consolidation zone. If it's able to break these consolidation zones, because this one, I'm very sure it's now creating the bottom wick and it might move up. Okay, it might move up. So I would love to see the closure of the candle below this one. Then maybe I would think on if I will still execute or just forget about, because the zone at this time is not all that strong for me. If price comes to this side, I think that is the best level I would love to take a sell on. If price is able to, because this zone, we're having the weekly time frame. This is the weekly rate test. You can see it over here. This is a weekly zone. Okay, and if you move to the daily time frame, so the daily time frame too is also making a pullback. So I think it can pull back on this level. Okay, then price will just bounce. But looking at the H4 level and looking at this daily candle, the daily candle has broken the previous candle high. You get it? It has broken the previous candle high. And looking at the previous candle, the body of the previous candle, it tells you what? There was buying pressure in this market. And now the tip of the candle has also been broken. So the chances that price will continue to the next zone is very high. Okay. So I think I will wait for something of that sort to happen. I think I'll wait for something of that sort for price to get to this side. I'd love to see price getting to this side. Because at this point I have to execute, take quality trades. Okay, if it happens the H1 close below, then maybe I will think about what to do. But if, or maybe if this H1 candle, this H4 candle decides to also give us a bearish candle, then I think it's a strong confirmation that maybe price will be above and it breaks the low. Then I think price will be moving sell. But if price decides to maybe close within this level, then I have to wait for maybe the H4 confirmation. Okay, if H4 decides to also close bearish, then I think you can take a sell, because the zone, the risk reward looks good. The risk reward looks good. Okay, so it's breaking below. Let's see how it will go. Let's see how it will go. So it's all about waiting and timing. It's all about waiting and timing. So let's look at GBP. So the H1 hasn't closed, so H1 will close in the next 43 minutes. So we will come back again and check how far price is moving to. So let's look at USD JPY. I say USD JPY, GBP USD. So with GBP USD, this is my beloved pair. This is the pair. This is the only pair that I traded, and I was able to pass my first profit. I traded only GBP USD. So I think I have to go back to the basis. So what did I even do to be able to even pass those profits? I was very calm. Imagine trading only one pair. There was no pressure on me by then. I was very calm executing. So sometimes I don't get, and it, even though it took me time, then the reason why I said it even took me time is because I wasn't waiting for price to even get to the full potential. Okay, so I think now I have to just stick with the few pairs. It's not about the number of pairs that I'm trading. That's how I see it. It's not about the number of pairs that I'm trading. It's about sticking to few pairs and abiding by your rules. Sticking to few pairs, going by your rules. That's the most important thing. Rushing into trades, the more you expose yourself to the market, the more I think you have more chances of losing. So those minor pairs, I think I have to get rid of it. Just ask myself questions. What did I do to able to pass that first one? What did I do to be able to go through that phases? And I think things are going to move in my favor more and appropriately. Just focus on the major ones, the three currency pairs. Then stick to the rules. I think that's going to be the best idea to go. Okay, because that minor pairs is not healthy for me. It doesn't work for me, because I tried Euro AUD, I didn't see good results. I tried CAD JPY, I didn't see last time I remember any minor pair that I would take, I lose. Last time I remember I took a trade on GBP CHF or GBP CAD. That one, instantly I got my results. Okay, but I'm having profitability more on the major pairs when I trade the major, and the major pairs to not AUD US, not NZD USD, not what do you call it, USD JPY. Mostly on so far GBP USD, that one it's my number one pair. USD CHF2 also is also good, but the USD card is even this week USD card is what has given me profitability. So I still keeping an eye on, still watching it and see, not finalize it yet. Okay, so I think it's not about the number of pairs you trade, it's about taking the quality ones and making sure the ones that is working for you is the ones that you need to consistently focus on. That's what I see. So no more minor pairs for me again. So looking at this one, so yesterday I was very, very lucky. I would have been in drawdown for the week. I was very lucky. I looked smart and exited the trade very fast. It would have been bloody. So looking at the monthly time frame, currently it is what? These are the various zones. Looking at the weekly, price is currently what? Pulling back. And looking at it has broken the previous candle high. Okay, it has broken the previous candle high at this point. So we're expecting price to what? Get to this side. If it gets to this side, then you can get a pullback. So the chances that so Trump will be speaking. If Trump speaks, maybe we can be getting some big volume price moving up. Okay, we can be getting some big volume. Okay, so currently it is retesting on this weekly zone. It is currently retesting, and one thing you need to understand, this zone is also valid because price hasn't closed over here yet. So this zone is also valid at this point. Price hasn't closed yet. You get it? Price hasn't closed yet. So price is currently retesting at the weekly time frame. Price is currently retesting and checking the pattern structure at this point is what? A downtrend. The pattern structure is a downtrend, lower lows and lower highs, lower low, lower high, correction, impulse, correction, impulse. So currently price is pulling back or correcting on this strong zone. You get it? Price is currently correcting on this strong zone. So looking at the daily time frame, what's the daily time frame? What's the trend for the daily time frame? You notice that the weekly is what? An up downtrend. It's a downtrend pulling back. Okay, so it is a downtrend pulling back. So that means this pullback needs to, maybe either the body of the candle needs to close over here, because if you look at the daily time frame, you notice that the daily time frame is currently also pulling back, but it can continue because as price shifted structure, this was in a downtrend at some point. As price shifted structure, this is the first impulse move. Okay, normally if price make the first impulse move, it needs to retest and it will continue the third impulse move or the second impulse move. So this is wave 1, wave 2, wave 3. We need to get wave 3. Okay, we need to get wave 3. So the body of the weekly candle can just be close to this side. Okay, when you look at the daily time frame is currently what? So we're having this zone 2 over here. If you change it to line chart, I think there can be a clarity in that. So these are the various levels. You get it? So as price is pulling back, so see how strong the level is. We're having weekly level, daily level. So it tells you how strong this level looks like. Okay, so this is a very strong zone. So as price is coming to this side, the chances that it will get rejected by these zones, price will get rejected by these zones, or the candle will be rejected by these zones and to just bounce to this side. You get it? So moving to the H4 time frame, the H4 time frame too is all doing the opposite of what the daily time frame is doing. So mostly I normally love what executing in a strong level. So currently, even though what I would love to see is for price to come to this side. Okay, I'm not interested in this, so even though I'm pretty sure price will come and get to this side, but let it come. I'm not interested in this, so where I'm interested in is for price to get to this side. When it gets to this side, to change structure to an uptrend, so that it will be the pullback. Okay, the pullback of the uptrend, the pullback of the uptrend, okay, the pullback of this uptrend will start over here. So the moment this one shift structure, okay, I want to see a shift in structure like this. Then what? I'll take a buy. Okay, so even though I know, because the H4 trend is what looking a downtrend, price can come to this side, but normally I'm not interested in this move. Okay, I'm not interested in this move, because if you take a sell over here, where to place your stop loss, you need to make sure you are placing it at a point where it is very safe. So based on my opinion, I'm not interested in this. So I would love price to get to this side. So it's all about patient game. When it gets to this side, it shifts structure, then I will just swing it up to this side. You get it? Swing it up to this side. So it is going to be a perfect rate test at the daily time frame. It is going to be a perfect breakout rate test at the daily time frame. You get it? It's going to be, so this is a point. There was a shift in structure. If it's rate test over here, then trend will continue to this side. You get it? So as the trend is about to set up, what shows the trend is going to continue? You need to move to the H4 time frame. If you see a shift in structure, okay, then I will take the buy. That's what I would love to see on GBP USD. So it's all about patience. It can happen that it's not going to happen today. You get it? It can happen that it's not going to happen today, and the chances that this sell is going to happen is because if you look at the previous candle, you can see there was a wick over here that price needs to fill. There's a wick over here price needs to fill. And looking at trying to read the candle structure, you notice that this candle, the body of this candle has broken below this one. So candle structure has also shifted towards a downtrend. Okay, so currently candle structure has shifted towards a downtrend. Looking at the size of the past candle, it tells you that you were having a strong selling pressure in the market. There was strong selling pressure in the market. Price also created this resistance over here. Price has created a resistance over here. You get me? So there was a strong selling pressure at this point. So I would love to see price to get to this side, even though it can get to this side. But when it comes to correction or a pullback, one thing you need to understand is you don't know when the pullback is going to end, or the correction is going to end. That's the most important thing. You don't know when or where it is going to end. You don't know when it is going to end. Okay. So I would love price to, I don't know, either sometimes it can just, so you remember last week I was saying we have a clean zone over here. Within this week, I said I'll be waiting for price to get to this side, make a pullback, then you get a continuation of the move. But it has still not happened. So something of that sort can happen. And as I'm saying, the market is decentralized. So it doesn't have to always obey your technical analysis. So price can just come, break this zone. When it breaks, what you are going to be waiting for is a rate test. When price break over here, mostly what we normally want to see is just a break and rate test, then we take the continuation. You get it? Then we take the continuation. So that's what mostly I would love to see on the chart. But I would prefer, you see how clean, if you look left, you see how clean this area is. We don't have a lot of rejectional levels at these areas. Okay, so this one is 100 pips. Imagine, wow, if price is about to break and retest over here, I think that will be a cocoa season over here. Okay, price is definitely going to fill this range. Okay, but you don't have to say, oh, it is definitely. There's nothing like definitely. Okay, it's all about probabilities. So you need to manage your risks and execute. Okay, so USD card is just moving up. So because the zone is not that strong. Okay, so if it gets to this side, I think that would be the best way. So the reason why it was moving down is because it was trying to create that this thing. It was trying to create it's open with no wick at the bottom. So price was trying to create that wick, and it's going to continue. Because if you look at the previous daily candle, it gives us the previous daily candle is giving us a strong momentum candle. The candle has also broken the high, so the chances that price is going to continue is very high. Okay, there was a momentum candle at the previous daily candle. If you look at the previous daily candle, there was buying pressure. There was buying pressure in the market. okay, and you're having this week so also fail, get filled. So the chances that price is going to continue to this side, but I would prefer buying selling at this level than selling at this level. So you have to always consider the level that you are executing on. It's very, very important, because if price decides to, maybe if you're having maybe if there was volatility in the market and unexpectancy happens in the market, the only thing that is going to save you is if your level is strong. Most of the times, if your level is strong, but sometimes no matter how strong the level is, it's still going to break. But it's always important you execute on a stronger level. So if you are taking a trade and the level is not strong, so that's why I don't even recommend the lower time frame, because with the lower time frames, the levels are not all that strong, comparing it to what the higher time frame, like the daily time frames, the weekly time frame. If we're executing a trade on what those levels, so if you can see this one, I executed last Monday trade was executed on this level. See how strong that level is. You get it. This is a weekly level. So I want to execute on the same level. Okay. So you need to always check the level too is also important, and the time of the day. And sometimes the time of the day is what is going to drive price. Okay. The time of the day, that's when volume comes into the market. So that's what mostly drive price. So if maybe the time of the day is giving you some signals, it is giving you some indication that price is about to take off, then I think you can execute. But at this point, I would love price to come to this side, because this zone, this level is not that strong for me. But the moment price decides to break, it's just going to move up to this side. Okay, so the level is not that strong for me. I would love to execute on a stronger level. Okay, so let's wait and see what's going to happen. So the H1 candle still looks bullish. Looking at the 30-minute candle, so the 30-minute candle has also closed above this zone. So the chances that price is going to continue to this side is very, very high, because the H1 candle, the H1 time frame looks like an uptrend. The day M30 also looks like what, an uptrend. So the chances that price will get to this side is very high. So I would love price to get to this side. If it gets to this side, then what, I'll execute a sell. Other than that, then maybe if the H1 candle decide to close below these consolidations, okay, if the H1 decide to close below this consolidation, that is the point I would love to take a sell. Okay, if it's closed below the consolidation, that is the point I would love to take a sell. Or if the H4 candle also gives us what, a bearish candle, okay, it's now going to be what, two candles giving us what, the resistance. Okay, two candles giving us the resistance. So like what happened on card JPY yesterday, two candles giving me the rejection, then I would take the flip of the candle, because the risk reward is also looking good. Then I'll take the flip of the candle, like 100 pips. I'll manage my risks, calculate my risks, okay, then I'll pull the trigger. So nothing to get feared, nothing to get scared of. You just have to execute your plan. That's the most important. You lose or win, execute. You don't know which of the trade is going to go in your favor. You don't know any of the trade that is going to go in your favor. So win or lose, just execute your plan. You win or lose, execute your plan. Because no, there's nothing like perfect trade. The perfect trade can be a loss. Okay, and the one that you never expected and you risk even less is going to be a win. So it's all about, if everything aligns, okay, if everything aligns, you just have to execute your plan. That's the most important thing. If everything aligns, or maybe you are looking for zone, the time of the day, the candles, everything is giving you rejection candles, everything is pointing that this market is going to sell. Don't be there and contemplating on, at the end of the day, or at the end of, am I going to get positive results? It doesn't work that way. So it's always important you execute your plan. Execute your plan. Don't fear to execute. Okay, some people get feared. Even if everything aligns, they get scared. You are not going to, then you can't be a trader. You just have to be strong and execute your plan. If it aligns, if you lose, it's part of the game. Okay, because sometimes you follow. If you look at car JPY, I don't know why yesterday even that pair went down. I don't know how can a strong zone like this, be broken? So that tells you it is always important you need to manage trade. You need to manage your money anytime you execute a trade. Okay, it's always important. You see how strong the zone is, how many dailies rejection. So one daily rejection, one daily rejection, one daily rejection, and at the same time you're having weekly rejection. All these levels, okay, all these levels, price what broke through. So it tells you you need to manage your risks. Risk management is very, very important. No matter how good, how enticing the setups looks, you need to manage your risks. Don't ever say that no matter what, this trade is going to move in your favor, so you are going to risk everything. So the most important thing anytime you want to execute a trade is what? Just manage your risks. Okay, manage your risks. It is very, very important. Manage your risks, it's very important. So far, see how strong the zone is, see how much is strong. So yesterday, as this trader was having a high confidence in this trade, that this trade is going to head down. But what happened? All of a sudden, some bullish candle came in, and what? Price just broke out from the zone and it's just doing whatever it wants to do. Okay, so it's always important. Okay, it's always important to manage your risks. Manage something that you are not going to get angry. And the most important thing you need to take advantage of is when you are winning, make sure you are hot, make sure you are maximizing the best out of the trade. I always say this: you have to maximize the best out of your winning trades. That is the most important thing. So let's look at gold. What's happening on gold? So gold is currently making a red test, I think so. So let's check out the monthly time frame and see currently what gold is. So gold is currently getting to all-time highs. Okay, gold is currently getting to all-time highs. The rates at which, so the whole of 2024, so this was last year. So assume maybe you bought gold and held it at this point. So I was listening to this guy and he said no matter what, gold is going to move up. So imagine you bought gold at this point and you held it. By now, you would turn your life around. You are going to turn your financial conditions around by now. So I'm thinking it's the same thing that's going to happen on Bitcoin too. Bitcoin too is also going to be moving high. So I think if you are buying Bitcoin and holding it for maybe the next 5 years or 10 years, you are going to be rich. Okay, because no matter what, Bitcoin, because there was the belief, or what, there was high hope in Bitcoin, the digital currencies. As technology is more advancing, the chances that we are this fiat currency, we are going to get rid of fiat currency, even though it's not going to happen in our generation, but the chances that we are going to get rid of fiat currency is very, very high. Okay, so Bitcoin is having a strong future. It's having a strong future. The cryptocurrency is having a strong future. Okay, so if you're not into crypto, I think you need to also start looking at that side, because Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies are having it's having future. Okay, with time you will get rid of the fiat currency and you start spending digital currency, but it's not going to happen in our generation. It's going to take time before it will be accepted. Okay, so because technology is really, really advancing. So let's go currently on this strong one. So looking at the weekly time frame, on gold. So gold is currently getting to this. So we're having multiple rejections over here. Looking at the daily time frame, wow. So gold has broken out from that consolidation. You get it has broken out from that consolidation, and currently, if you look left, you can see clean zone. If you check over here, when there was a clean traffic over here, price moved swiftly towards this side. If you look at this point too, you see how fast or very fast price moved to this side. So it's the same thing that is going to happen. So far as price gold has been able to break out of that zone, the daily time frame has broken and closed out of that zone, the chances that price is going to get to this side is very high. There's a high chance that price is going to get to this side. So looking at the H4 time frame, so price is currently making a red test. Okay, Price is currently, if you look at the H4 time frame, if you look at the left, price is currently making this retest. But let me check the trend line too and see if, so I think it's not aligned. It's not aligned. So I think it will be best, because if you are taking a sell, it hasn't gotten to the level yet, the weekly level yet. Okay, it hasn't gotten there yet. Okay, let me plot it well. If you look left, there's no data looking left, there's no price action looking left. So price is current, this is the current rejectional level. Okay, looking at the monthly, looking at the daily too. Okay, let's look at the H4. If you look at the H4 time frame, you will notice that what, even though price, looking at the candle, you will notice that what, the candle high has been broken by this level. You get it? The candle high has been broken by this level. The current candle has been broken by this level. But if I'm taking a buy over here, there was no strong zone for me to take a buy on. So I would love gold to come to this side. Okay, to come to this side, because if you use your trend line, there's no dynamic support or resistance over here. This trend line doesn't align. If you use the highs and lows, it doesn't align. See where it is moving. Even if you use this one, so trend line is not it's not aligned with what, this resistance. There's no dynamic support or resistance. Let's check out on daily time frame and see if you are going to be seeing dynamic support or resistance. If you look at the daily time frame, there's no dynamic support or resistance too. There's no dynamic support or resistance at the daily time frame. So if you move to the H4, yeah, there was no dynamic support or resistance. So the best way is use the trend, the horizontal level. So I would love price to come to this side. Okay, let's price come and retest on this one, because if you buy over here, unless maybe you are using H1 levels, that's fine, but I don't normally use those levels. I normally use the higher time frame. So this is going to be the weekly zone. So if price is able to what, come to this zone, okay, if price is able to come to this zone, then I will swing it up to this side. So currently I see price to be in the middle of this consolidation, and it is not advisable to buy in the middle of a buy in the middle of this swing move or this move. Okay, it is not advisable to buy in this move. If you buy in this move, then where to place your stop loss is also going to be an issue. Where to place your stop loss is also going to be an issue. So it is better to allow price to go to this side. Okay. If price gets to this side and we swing it up to this side, I think that will be the best way to go by this move. That will be the best way. So this point is going to be your target. So one thing you need to know is what, if you are trading gold, make sure you master it. Okay, the more you trade one currency pair, you come to know the ins and outs, when it usually moves, when price normally what makes low. Okay, so you need to master one. You need to master a pair. Don't be trading every single thing, everything that you see on the chart. You need to master a pair. Okay, you need to master a pair. If you master it, you come to notice when usually volume comes into the market, at what time does the price move. You come to understand all these ins and outs. But if today you are trading minus, tomorrow you are trading exotic, the following day you are trading major pairs, the next day you are trading commodities, you are trading cryptocurrencies, you are trading volatility index, you are trading in the indices, the US 30, the S&Ps and those stuff, you become confused. So please make sure you are mastering. If it is gold that you are going to master the movements of that pair, it is best you do that. You get it? If it is maybe pound yen you are going to master, it is best so that you know the ins and outs. So me, for instance, GBP USD has been a pair that I've traded for a very long time. Okay, so if I'm executing, if I get a nice setup on that and I'm executing, I'm very, very confident because I know the ins and outs about this pair. You get it? I know the ins and outs about this pair. And now USD CHF2, I know the ins and outs about this pair. And the USD card, I'm now studying the movements and those stuffs. You get it? So you don't have to be all around trading exotic. Today you are trading this. You need to master the movement, see whether, so not your strategy is not going to be working on all pairs. You get it? Sometimes some of the pairs are not profitable. Some of the pairs are not profitable, in the sense the reason why they are not profitable is because of how liquid that pair is. If a lot of people are not trading that pair, the chances that you are going to be losing is very high. That is why it is very dangerous. It's very dangerous you trade the minor pairs, because a lot of people don't trade minor pairs. The pairs that a lot of people trade, the reason why gold move very fast is because it's very liquid. A lot of people trade gold. If you check the brokers statistics, or if you check proprietary firm statistics, you notice that most of their clients are either trading gold, okay, and I learned that GBP JPY too, a lot of people trade it, so it's very volatile. And euro US, so when it comes to currencies, the major one, okay, the most volatile one is, or maybe the most liquid one, the one that a lot of people trade, buy and sell, is euro USD. Okay, euro USD followed by GBP USD, followed by the pound, or followed by GBP USD. So these are the ones that have liquid. So that's why mostly when we analyze price, mostly if you are trading those pair, price mostly what moves in our favor. But when it comes to the minor pairs, because you don't have liquid in those pair, so simply a lot of people are not a lot of people are not executing on those pair, or a lot of people are not having transactions on those pair. It is mostly not liquid. Okay, and I've already told you guys that what moves the market is what? Volume. So volume simply means when you have major orders coming into the market, that is when price normally what respects your system. But if a lot of people are not trading that particular pair, what happens is what? It's going to be slow, and if you are not lucky, you are going to be stopped out in the trade. So that's what I've noticed about the market. So you need to always make sure you are trading something that is very liquid. A lot of people are buying and selling it. Okay, don't be trading every single pair AUD CHF. You are trading, like, it's mostly deadly when it happens like that. Okay, so I think the profitable pairs to trade is the liquid ones, the pairs that is having liquidity in them. That is what I think it is advisable you trade them. I think that is what it is advisable. I will urge everyone to trade them. So currently this is the pound dollar. Sorry, this is the pound yen. So let's try and break down, since you have a lot of people who trade the pound yen. So this is also a minor pair. Okay, but when it comes to GBP JPY, a lot of people trade it. So even the pip volume is very big. Okay, the pip volume is very big on the pound yen. So let's see the monthly time frame. You just analyze and see if there's an opportunity. So with the monthly time frame, we have this rejectional levels over here. So these are the various rejectional levels. Looking at the weekly time frame, so the weekly time frame is currently not giving us a clear trend. Okay, but these are the various rejectional levels. Looking at the daily time frame, so the daily time frame is currently retesting on this strong area. So the daily time frame is what? The daily time frame is a downtrend. You get it? The daily time frame is a downtrend. Price is currently retesting on this strong rejectional level. So let's see if the trend line is going to, so trend, you don't have any dynamic trend line aligning with what you are seeing. So price is currently on this strong area. Weekly time frame is what? The weekly time frame trend looks like a downtrend. So the daily time frame, price is sitting on this strong zone. You get it? Price is sitting on this strong zone. So looking at the H4 time frame. Okay, so price is currently, so if you look at the H4 time frame, we're having this rejection level over here. But the H4 time frame is an uptrend at this point. The H4 time frame is an uptrend. Looking at the daily time frame, so usually I prefer the H4 to shift direction to be in line with what the daily time frame. Even though the daily time frame price is currently what? Price is currently sitting on this rejectional level. Okay, price is currently sitting on this rejectional level. So I still see pound yen to still move down 178 pips because of the daily rate test. So I still see pound yen to also be what? But the H4 trend is an uptrend. That's my issue now. Okay, I normally prefer for the H4 down the trend to what? Also shift to a downtrend. That would be best. Looking at the H1, yeah, so the H1 is also an uptrend. So it will shift trend at this point. This is the point it's going to shift trend. So the candle hasn't closed yet. The candle hasn't closed yet. So it's all about taking something that you've seen it happening before. You get it? Because it's all about taking something that you've seen it happening before. So currently it's a downtrend at the daily time frame. I'm having a strong belief that this one is just going to flip it to the downside. I strongly believe, but the H4, so unless maybe the H4 close, the H4 closure, if the H4 candle engulfs the past or the previous candle, then I think it won't be a bad idea on the pound yen. So the candle needs to close. You need multiple confirmation. The H12 is an uptrend. The 30 minutes. Yeah, so with the pound yen, it's kind of very dicey. So unless the H4 candle close, okay, if the H4 candle close and engulfs this one, the chances that if it engulfs price where you are going to be executing is going to be very high, 51 pips. Wow. So if you're having $10, this pairs $10, 20 pairs, this pairs is not for you. This is what 55 pips on what is the same thing as gold. This pair is very volatile. The pip volume is very big because a lot of people are trading this kind of currency pair. So with 61 pips. So let's wait for the closure. I would think I would better you wait for the closure of the H4 candle. If the H4 candle close and engulfs the previous candle, then I think you have momentum for price to continue moving down. I think that would be the best. So with this kind of setup, I'm studying this kind of setup. So yeah. Wow, USD card has flipped. USD card has flipped. So you have like 6 minutes for the candle to close. You have like 6 minutes. So does it mean the level is going to hold? So let's see how this candle is going to close. Let's see how this H1 candle is going to close. like 46, 47 pips. This one is like the risk reward is also looking good. But let's see how the H1 is going to close. Even though the zone is not strong, the zone is not that strong. It can easily invalidate it. That's what I'm thinking about. But let's wait for the H1 to close. If the H1 breaks below these consolidations, and I think we can manage risks and see how the probability is going to go. See how the probability is going to go. 17 pips as the risks. So you have like 4 minutes for this candle to close. So after the closure of the candle, we are going to be ushered into what the lending session. So you see, many things are aligned. The time of the day, okay, the time of the day is aligned. You are going to be ushered into the lending session. If you use the body of the candle, yeah, if you use the body of the candle, yeah, I think it aligns. Yeah, I think the trend line is going to be the high. If you use the body, I think trend line aligns too as well. So let's see how, if the H1 close below. So looking at the 30 minutes, the 30 minutes is also getting rejected by the level. Looking at the H4, so you see the level is also getting rejected again. The level is getting rejected again. Price is rejecting the level 2 again. So this level is very strong. You see the number of times price has been consolidating over here. So it tells you how strong that level is. If it is able to break, then I think it will be a nice, that's the point I would love to consider taking a sell. If it is able to break, or volume time, lending open. So if it breaks this one, because you're having multiple candles that has been rejected since yesterday. Even yesterday during the volume time, it was still getting rejected. Or throughout the Asian session, price has been consolidating around this, and price has been consolidating for multiple times. We have few minutes for the candle to close. I'll prefer this one to close below this one. If it closed below, looking at the 30 minutes, it also retesting. So what's the chances that it will just reject? It will get rejected. So the new H1 candle has closed, and still price is what's retesting this one. So this one closed with no wick, so it will pull back and create the wick. It will pull back and create the wick. Yeah, the wick has been created. So wow, so full force breaking. Breaking. Is USD card going to move down? Looking at the 30 minutes. Kind of. Because the zone has, the body of the candle hasn't broken below the zone. You get it? The body of the candle hasn't broken below the zone. The body of the candle should have broken below the zone, but if you are using this one, so guys, what do you think? What do you think in the comment section? Is it going to move? Because everything points to down, but the entry is the problem now, and I don't. The zone is also what is making me slow on this one. The zone is not strong for me. So what do you think? So drop your view in the comment section. For me, I'm holding my boss now. I want a stronger. This is the level I would love to execute on. This body of the candle is not strong for me. The size of the candle looks like a weak candle for me. What do people think in the comment section on USD card? Based on your analysis you did, what do you think? So drop your opinion or view in your comment section. So you see, so those people have been asking, is it good to use robots? Is it good have you guys seen it for yourself? Do you think it's going to be profitable using robots and those stuffs? See, since you people joined the stream, every trade that you want to execute, you would think about it before you execute. So with robots, if you program it like when price make retest, it should execute. At this point, the robot would have entered the trade by now. You get it? The robot would have entered the trade by now. But if it is manual, you think and make the right decisions. Okay, you think and make the right decisions. So robot is kind of not profitable way. You get it? So what's your view on USD card? You people to drop your view. What do you people think? So patient is golden. Patient is golden. Patient. So price is still, so the way price is doing now, the best way is to wait for the candle closure. Okay. So at this point, I'm waiting for the candle closure. You see, we have a lot of multiple rejections over here, and none of the body of the candle has closed below the what? The consolidation. You get it? None of the body of the candle has closed below that consolidation. So we just need a closure of a candle below. Price is currently stuck in a range. So I would prefer the closure, candle closure. Okay, candle closure below, then we execute. Let's see how the candle is going to close. Like, it is easily for this zone to get invalidated. It is easily for this zone because the candle that you are looking up to, the candle that you are looking up to is not giving us a strong, like, selling pressure. Okay, the previous candle, H4 candle, is not giving us a strong selling pressure that price is going to move down. And as well, fine, it is not on a strong level. Okay, the candle is very tiny, like the candle is not strong. It should give us, so if maybe we have something like this, maybe a candle like this shows what selling pressure, even though this one is also a rejectional candle, but at least the momentum, the body of the candle should be something strong. Okay, something of this sort tells you that what we haven't selling pressure in the market, even though this one too is also a rejectional candle, but the size of the candle is not convincing for me. I'm not convinced with the size of the candle. It's kind of tiny. So looking at the past trades that I've taken on USD card, this one was also very tiny. So you see something like this. I remember this buy. See how strong the bullish candles were. And this one is also a nice rejection candle. And I think this one, we had daily zone over here. There was a daily zone around the side. So let's see how it goes. If the H4 candle decides to flip and close bearish, I think it will be a nice momentum candle. So sometimes reading the size of the candle is also important. Please guys, we should pay attention to the size of the candle. Okay, the size of the candle and the level price is resting on. If it is resting on a weaker level, okay, it's resting. If this candle formed on this level, I wouldn't have even bothered about the size of the candle, because I strongly believe that what this zone is going to hold price and move down. You get it? With that one, I strongly believe. By looking at the size of the candle and where price is retesting in this middle, it's like you are in the middle of the ocean. Okay, price is in the middle of this zone. It hasn't gotten to the level yet. I don't think I would love to to invest in such. I will invest my money in such trade. Okay, if the size of the bearish candle formed on this level, I would have been cool with it. I wouldn't be worried about the size of the candle and those stuffs. But the size of the candle forming on this level, I think if the next candle is also going to close and form bearish, I think it will be a nice way. With that one, multiple rejection bearish candles. Okay, so that one, it's going to be a strong level. So I think is what I would love to wait for. Okay, that's what I would love to wait for. If maybe the next H4 candle gives us a bearish candle, then it can be. But currently price is in this range. Price is currently ranging at this point, so we need to wait and see. Is it going to get rejected? Price is really struggling. So it's the upper range is very strong, the lower range is also very strong. So price is now finding it very difficult to break below and what. So the moment, so this is the best time. This is the time you don't have to take impulsive move. So impulsive move means what? You are not going to allow the closure of the candle, the body of the candle to close below. You are just going to take the moment, like as it started flipping this one, then impulsively you take a position. You get it? But when you have this multiple consolidation, price rate testing several times, the best way to wait for is to wait for a candle to close below and above, okay, for confirmation. If the candle close above, then it's going to be a strong confirmation. If the candle close below, it's going to be a strong confirmation. So at this point, I don't advise you take an impulsive move. Don't wait for candle. By not waiting for the candle to close, I think that's not the best way to go by this move. Okay, that is not the best way to go by. That's not the best way to go by. So let's check out. So you see, it is breaking the distance. So it's all about being patient and follow the rules. Okay, so trading is trading is very hard. It is an easy way to make money, but it's very hard. Making decisions, sometimes you have to think before you make a decision. So what do you guys, I asked you a question, what do you people think? So if you just joined the stream, the best way you can do, subscribe and what? If you have not subscribed to the channel, kindly subscribe and what? And give a like to the video too as well. So making decision in the market is always tough, and it doesn't come, it's only few times that you are going to see easy trade. So trade like this, if you see trade like this is an easy trade. This one is an easy trade. You don't have to think. This one like this, easy. You see the size of the candle, very what, strong candle. So just execute a buy. But some of the trades, majority of the trades that you are going to be taking is going to be you are going to be stuck, as in contemplating on what decision to take. Majority of the trades, you are going to be thinking on what decision, even though your plan, but some of the times the candles looks like it's not strong and other stuffs, you get it, the candle looks like it's not strong and those stuffs. So it's kind of, it becomes very tough to make decision at that point. It becomes very tough. So let me check GBP USD. So what do you guys take? What's your take on USD card this morning? Guys, what's your take on USD card? What do you people think? So the pairs are very slow this morning. I don't know whether is all the volume going to be at when Trump finish speaking or what. So if you don't see, so these are the times that I was talking about. So you see, lending started for last part for 12 minutes. You get it. So in the last 12 minutes, that's when lending what started. So if I'm not seeing volume during lending session, lending opening, then the next volume is going to come 7:30, okay, 8:30 rather, or 9:30, wherever GMT. So if that time to volume, you don't see volume, then it's going to be the next hour. That's going to be 9 o'clock. That's going to be the overlap of London and Tokyo, two sections. So Tokyo is going to be open in the next hour. Tokyo session is going to close in the next hour. Okay, so during that time, the overlap volume 2 is going to come into the market. If you see don't see volume during that time, then I think the next volume is going to come when the H4 candle is about to close. That will be 10 o'clock GMT. Okay, if you don't see volume during that time, then it's going to be New York session. So these are the volume times. Okay, these are the volume times. So now when lending open, the active market session lending open, we didn't see volume. Let's see the next 30 minutes. So when the 30 minutes, when is 30 minutes candle going to close? In the next 40 minutes, that is when maybe volume will come into the market. If you don't see volume during that time, then it's going to be the closure of what the Tokyo session. So the Tokyo session closing with what, with lending session active. That is the overlap when two sessions are open at the same time. So that's when they are going to be what, active market section. Like you are going to see rapid volatility in the market. So if during that time you don't see volume, then the closure of the H4 candle is also going to bring volume. If you don't see volume, then I think you will be taken to what, the New York session. That's going to be 12. That's going to be 1 p.m. GMT because of the daylight saving. So let's see. You see, price is currently stacked in the range. Price is currently stacked in the range. So let's see how it's going to move. Like, let's see how price is going to. So it's current, the zone is very strong. So if you see these signals, please wait for the candle to close. Don't take the impulsive move. Okay, don't take the impulsive. Price has consolidated for over here throughout the Asian session. Price consolidated. You didn't see any major move during the Asian session. Price consolidated for a very long time during this session. So if you are taking, so you can see we had a weak price decided, the body of the candle decided to close at a certain point, and it got rejected and moved. The body of the candle closed. So mostly when it comes to making decision, the body of the candle is what mostly we pay attention to. That is what normally speaks volume. So you can see we had a weak, that is what normally speaks volume. So you can see wicks, session lows, session lows, session lows. You get it. We had multiple session lows. So at this point, we just need to wait for the body of the candle close. That is what is going to give you a high accuracy of the trade that you are taking. Okay, so you can see this one. If you are taking a buy, you can see multiple wick rejection, multiple rejectional candles over here. So it tells you how strong this to break below. Then you take what, you take a sell. That is the best way to go by. That's the best way to go by. So if the next H4 candle is going to give us a bearish candle, I think then it will be a strong confirmation. Then it'll be a strong confirmation candle. So let's see how it's going to go. So how has the week been so far? For those who are trading, how has the week been? Has the week been rough or smooth? Has the week been smooth or rough? I think this week, like, it looks like the market is not. How has the week been so far, guys? How has the week been for you so far? So you see GBP USD is also stacked. Looks like it is moving. So that's the result of when there's no volume in the market. No matter how good the setup is, if there's no volume in the market, price is going. So gold has decided to just move up. Gold just decided to move up. So Bitcoin is dipping, dumping. So it's going to get to this side and it will take off again. If it gets to this side, it will take off again on Bitcoin. So I'm very sure this, you see how healthy the bullish candle looks like? Tells you that price might get to this side. Or maybe it can get rejected over here too as well. But you just have to be patient and see how price is going to do. So just watching. So if in the next 9 minutes we don't see volume, then it's going to be the closure of what, the 1 hour candle. Okay, the closure of the 1 hour candle. That is when you are going to see volume. If with that one too we don't see volume, okay, then it's going to be the closure. So Tokyo lending overlap, we can see volume during that time. If you don't see volume, then so far this week you've taken only one trade on the stream. I've taken only one trade on the stream. Only one trade on the stream so far this week. Okay, so guys, what do you think about the pair? So it's when it's the market, it's only few times that you are going to be getting easy moves. It moves that you don't think about. It moves that you don't usually think about. But most of the moves, you have to crack your brain. So it looks like it is moving up. It looks like it's moving up. Okay, guys, I wanted to wait for, okay, let's wait and see how the 30-minute candle is going to close. Like, let's see how it's going to close. Like, so it's still getting rejected, still stuck in this range. Still getting rejected, stuck in the range. So it looks like this level is holding price. You see, the body of the candle is what we normally use to determine the level. You get it? So these are the turning points. You can see the turning points. So price is currently struggling to break that turning point in the market. Price is currently struggling to break that turning point. Price is currently struggling to break that turning point. So the moment the body of the candle will break above this one, then I think we can get, if the H1 candle start flipping bearish, then it can move both. So you see, price is currently stuck because of the levels that we are having at the upper side and the lower side. Because of the level you are having at the upper side and lower side, price is currently struggling to break those level. The upper side, the upper level is ranging, price is ranging, the lower level price is ranging. So now price is currently stuck in the middle of this range. So at this point, you need to wait for a closure, a candle closure above these zones. You get it? Below or above these zones before you pull the trigger. Below or above these zones before you pull the trigger. That's the most important thing. So maybe this candle will just close bearish. If it's closed bearish, it depends. So let's wait and see. If it's closed bearish, so during Asian session, price has been consolidating. London open, price is also consolidating. So if price consolidates for a very long time, then if volume comes, it is going to be a massive drop. Okay, if volume comes, the moment a candle will break and close below that zone, then it's going to be a massive drop. If it is above, it's going to be a massive what, upward move. If it is a drop, it's going to be a massive dump. It's going to be a massive dump. So you have like some 2 minutes for this candle to close. So let's see how the candle is going to close. It's really struggling to break. Actually, it's really struggling to break the zone. So we are going to be having core retail sales today on card 130. 130, we are going to be having card retail sales. So what are they expecting? With the core retail sales, they are expecting same numbers, 0.1, 0.1. So it's price ranging for the retail sales to be released. So guys, be careful. If after the H4 candle price never moved, then price is going to be in range. So this news event gets released. If price never moved massively, then after the H4 candle has closed, we are going to be price is going to what, be ranging till the news gets released. I've forgotten we have card news today, so please kindly hold your balls. 130, you are going to be having core retail sales, and this is what a sensitive data that most traders are looking forward for this data to be released. Most investors, most traders, retail traders or day traders are looking forward to this. So either people are waiting for the release of the news, or what, they are either going to, so it is going to be volatile. Price is going to move very fast at that point or instant, so you better hold your balls. Okay, so trading is a timing. Every step you are going to be taking is calculated. Your steps should be calculated, okay, because you are finding ways to beat the markets. Well, you are finding ways to beat the big players, the big people. Imagine the hedge funds, the big banks and those things. You are finding ways to beat them. Okay, so you don't have to rush. You have to be calculative. Don't think like with your strategy you are going to beat them. It's very calculated, so you need to be very patient. So 130 going to have, so they're expecting the same numbers. Okay, the previous as compared to the forecast is going to be the same numbers. The retail sales, actually they're expecting retail sales to be low. So if retail sales is low, then USD cash will move up. If it happens, because the previous one is 0.6, the forecasted one is 0.2. so if it happens like that, then so it's going to be deadly. We are at the same time having unemployment claims for US. So guys, I think I'll just stay out from this trade. It's going around 130. It's going to be deadly. Unemployment claims too is around the corner. 221, 2217. They're expecting unemployment claims to also be high. If it is high, then the dollar should also be weak. and now they're expecting. So it's kind of confused data over here. So with the USD card getting news to be released at the same time, I think I have to just take my mind out of this USD card move, because around 130, it's either price is consolidating for that time. Okay. So if you don't get major moves after 9 o'clock 10, then I think all the moves are going to be reserved for that moment. Okay. If you are not lucky, you are going to be trapped in the trade. So I think I will not be touching USD card. Yeah, I will not be touching USD card. So the 30-minute candle has closed, and this candle closed with no wick. So the chances that this candle is just going to flip up is very high. So it opens with no upper wick, so it's going to flip up is very high. Yeah, so I think price is going to, so the data is not encouraging to look for a trade on USD card. The data I'm seeing over here, at one particular time, we are going to be having this multiple rejection. So today is going to be after, I'm not sure I'll be trading the New York session. Trump too is also going to be speaking. So after the lending session, I'm not going to trade the the New York session. I don't want to be I don't want that bloody. I don't want to feel that blood. I don't want blood in my my C trader. So Friday too is going to be deadly. So the forex market is filled with what? A lot of news events, a lot of fundamentals. So it has flipped. Okay. So guys, I think I'll call it a day over here. So see you all tomorrow, same time. So we came around to break down charts. Okay, we came around to break down charts. We learn if there was a trade, we execute. We learn experience too over here. There are a lot of things that we talk about, so I don't see the point to have to miss the live stream. There are a lot of things we talk about over here. We talk about how you can be disciplined, the things you need to be looking for. Most of the things you speak over here are more value. Okay, so please be careful during the New York session. When you are trading USD card, be careful, because this news event after 10 o'clock, I think you don't have to be even touching USD card, because there was an upcoming news coming. Upcoming news is going to what? So you see what's happening now. So if you are going to be trading USD card, then you have to wait for the news to be released before you execute on that. That will be 1:30 after the New York session. Okay, so guys, thank you all for coming. See you all same time tomorrow. Bye. Patient. So the whole of this week, 2 trades, 1 USD card, 1 CAD JPY. CAD JPY, so lucky I closed the trade at break even. USD card. So on the stream, you've taken only USD card, 1 trade so far. So we come again tomorrow, do same thing. Bye bye to you all.